Hey everybody, this is Brad Bruce, and I am here with
Jase Marsiglia.
And you're listening to the 5195 podcast.
Got kind of a quick, serious one for you guys. As serious as we can get, anyway.
Yeah.
It's timely, and it's something that needs to get out there. One thing that I noticed it. Nobody approached me about this.
Mm-hmm.
But it occurred to me last episode that the stuff we were talking about, and especially me out here freezing my ass off and, Michigan and all that, I'm like, it sounds very tone deaf to what's going on in California right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we recorded it before the fires began. And as of this recording, the fires have been going on
since January 7th.
Okay. So yeah, at least 12 days.
Yeah.
Nearly 2 weeks now. The destruction is heartbreaking, to say the least. A lot of people are being displaced. A lot of people have died. Innumerable properties have been damaged and destroyed. And it's all in the epicenter of entertainment. It's a lot of culture has gone up in flames right now.
Right.
A lot of American culture. And we thought we needed to knock out another episode or two before I came out. And it just seemed like a good time to maybe provide some information to people who need it right now. We're going to put some links and stuff in our descriptions and some resources for people. But we thought, like I said, when we recorded last, this wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
This wasn't happening. Now it's like, holy shit, so much has happened since we talked.
Yeah.
And it's too big to ignore.
Very. Being here, we're just blasted with it. Wherever you go, whatever you do, this is all that we're being fed right now.
And I'm about to fucking parachute in literally just a couple of days.
Yeah.
So it's something that I'll be a part of at some point, and it just seemed imperative, for us to use our platform and, help some people out, because we do got a lot of listeners now. We want to make sure that we want them to know that we give a shit.
Man, it's terrible, just seeing the devastation, on the news and stuff. And what was crazy is I was watching the news like I do every day. And then like around 10:30 on the news, it just popped up that there was a small brush fire in Pacific Palisades. Yeah. And then not even like maybe an hour later, it was just apocalyptic.
That's nuts.
And then now with, social media, it was instantaneous. You could see everything. You didn't have to wait on the news.
No, people were filming stuff as it was happening.
And it was gut-wrenching, man. It's gut-wrenching.
I won't say anyone's names. I do have friends out there who have posted things, and they may have private Instagram accounts and stuff, so I don't want to blast anybody. But I do have a friend who literally shared just yesterday the Ring camera footage just before their power went out and their home was engulfed. And to watch the fire creep up the lawn and into the porch, it was... I can't imagine. I can't imagine the next day being wherever you're at if you evacuated and seeing the footage of your livelihood go up in flames.
Yeah.
And to wake up every day going, oh yeah, I can't go home. It doesn't exist.
Well, and here's the thing is the fires aren't over. So what had happened was there were 3 that broke out the same day.
Okay.
They had the Hearst fire, they had the Eaton fire, and the Palisades fire. Then the perfect recipe for disaster was the Santa Ana winds.
Yes.
And for some reason, they were like hurricane force winds.
Which only, a breeze can blow cinders into the nest.
Oh, I mean,
tree.
this was like the fires were being stoked by a blowtorch.
Yes. I mean, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It was
And
awful, man. It was absolutely awful. And again, there is an attachment because there's friends that lost their homes and there's people
yes.
I don't even want to talk about it here. I mean, I'll tell you, after we're done, but it's like, when I tell you, you're not going to believe it because it's just like, are you kidding me? Like this is awful, man. There's been over 12,000 structures destroyed and damaged from these fires.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's
It's
homes,
all,
businesses, that's museums, it's restaurants. It's like there's the Andrew McNally house. It's like an architectural treasure. That's gone.
it's just gone.
It's gone.
I feel, I mean, this might sound over dramatic. I hope not, but I had the same feeling in my gut watching some of this, and especially having friends out there, friends who own businesses out there that I've been to.
Mm-hmm.
It almost felt like when the fire took down Notre Dame.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like you're seeing something that you take for granted and you see all the time, and it's
Mm-hmm.
always been there, and now it's beyond repair. It's
Yeah.
rubble. It's not supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
It hit me in kind of the same vibe I got. It was
Mm-hmm.
just kind of like, this feels like we lost something so irrefutably precious, and I'm not even out there. But it's people I know. It's people. There's celebrities that I've met at conventions who had to evacuate,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, these are, they may not be close friends. Some of them are, but it's like, these are people I've shared time with and laughed with, and they're going through it, and it's
Absolutely.
absolutely terrible right
Mm-hmm.
now. And I just, it's hard to wrap my head around. It's hard to see people make political spectacle of it, which
Yeah.
I'll get into in a little bit. But right now, I think it's important that we maybe share some information that people can use
Yeah.
who are listening, and maybe people out, throughout the country who want to help.
Mm-hmm.
Some resources there. So, people who aren't using it as an excuse to talk shit.
Right. One place is the Red Cross. That's always a good place to donate to.
Yes. I have, there's an email address, but I'll give you a few locations. This is if you have kids and you still need to go to work, there's free childcare. And they're doing it at the Los Angeles YMCA. And you can contact them at afterschool, one word, at ymcala.org. And they have locations pretty much for, preschool up through 8th grade. There's one in Northridge. There's the Ketchum downtown, Culver Palms, East Valley, Westchester, Mid Valley, West Valley, and Burbank, the San Fernando Valley. They're doing free childcare for people who, they need to get to work and they need to do this or that, and they just got nowhere to take their kid. Those are places that are doing it. And so again, for more information, contact them at afterschool@ymcala.org. So that's one resource. There's a lot of restaurants that are currently offering free meals to evacuees and first responders. Just a few of them here. There's La Sordettes in Silver Lake, Sunday Gravy in Inglewood, Fiorelli Pizza in Venice, Sonoritas Prime Tacos in DTLA and West LA. But yeah, that's places offering free meals. Norms, one of our favorite places, at participating locations, they're helping out evacuees and first responders. Dudley Market in Venice, D-Town Pizzeria in West Hollywood, Crustacean in Beverly Hills. All of these places are offering free meals to evacuees and first responders. So hopefully that helps people too.
Absolutely amazing. Like this is the kind of event that really makes me proud to live here. Just because the way everyone has come together and supported one another and are helping each other, it's amazing, man. It really is. Like it's absolutely amazing. Just the way this county has come together And not even here, but just all up and down and across the United States and around the world has just come together. But it's really nice to just see that, you know, when something happens that we can all come together and help each other out.
It is proof. I mean, obviously it's not on the same scale as like 9/11 or something, but it's like it sometimes takes an enormous, horrific tragedy to prove that people know how to set aside their differences and help out and pitch in. I'll never forget when 9/11 happened, just seeing everybody, though, just the way everyone rallied, man. Oh my God. That was the world.
Yes.
You know, we even had other countries who were lighting candles for us. And, you know, it was astonishing. And this being something a little more centralized, this is still just it's still a massive, massive tragedy and a huge swath of destruction. It's nice knowing that Americans can get together. We're getting support from Canada. We're getting support from Mexico. You know, these are people who, you know, some of us in America demonize, and they're still like, yeah, we don't care. We gotta save this.
Yep.
And I love that shit. I really fucking love that shit. I really wish less people were taking this as an opportunity to soapbox and politicize, because that's been disappointing. And I want people to, when they see this, ignore it, swipe past it, try not to let it get to you. But there are a lot of people on both sides. I'm seeing liberals say, well, they're all rich, so who gives a shit? I don't make that kind of money, so that's just California. Yeah. And then you have conservatives saying that this is an act of God because it's a sinful state full of godless people, and they are getting what they deserve. And there's a lot of that. And the problem with that is the type of hatred from both sides, that gets ratings. You're going to hear about it way more than you're going to hear about people linking arms and joining in. As a favor to us here at 5195, swipe past it, ignore it, look for the good, because it outweighs the bad. And the people talking shit, shut the fuck up. You can armchair quarterback all you want, but there are people with boots on the ground, people with platforms, people with money who are making a difference and pitching in and making sure that mouths are fed, people are sheltered, pets are taken care of. And this couldn't have happened at a worse time in our country, where insurance is really looking like the enemy lately. And I've heard a lot of bad things about that. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who I've heard insurance claims are denying people. Yeah. You know, who really, you know, how do you label this as fraud? You know what I mean? Like, how do you deny someone something when it's made global headlines? Yeah. You know, and it's no different than, you know, New Orleans getting flooded or hurricanes in Florida. This is what California is dealing with now. And you don't normally hear the same shit in other areas. But California, for some reason, is a lightning rod for criticism, just because it's got Hollyweird, as people like to. And these are people. Yeah. I mean, they're people. And, you know, yeah, your heart might not break because, well, I don't own a fucking mansion on, you know, with 5 boats and all this. Yeah. No, but it's still a person, and there's still kids, and there's still culture out there that you probably pay to enjoy. And it's just not the time, man. Feel the room.
Yeah, exactly. You know? I mean, it doesn't matter someone's status. They still suffer and feel pain and hurt.
They do. And loss. And it's no different. And that's the thing. That's the other thing that gets ratings, is when someone says, so-and-so celebrity lost their home. Okay, well, so-and-so celebrity lived next to Bob, who works at a bank. Exactly. So-and-so celebrity lives next to Elizabeth, who had a bakery and doesn't now. Yeah. People need to quit focusing on the California cliche. Yeah. And look at them as just your neighbors. You know.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine if your neighborhood in Michigan or Maine or Connecticut or Ohio went up in flames, and California was like, well, they're a bunch of dumb rednecks anyway. A bunch of poor people that we don't know.
Yeah.
Big deal. No, that's not how it works, man. And it's that kind of negativity that's going to keep us all separated and isolated and angry with each other for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
So do what you can. Go online, look for these links, these resources. There's Los Angeles Fire Department, lafd.org. There's information there. There's nonprofit organizations like LAFD Foundation, Watch Duty app. You get real-time updates and maps. Ready LA County. That's at ready.lacounty.gov/emergency-notifications. Lots and lots and lots and lots of ways to stay on top of it. Lots of ways to assist no matter where you live. And at the very least, the easiest thing you can do, just support. Just be a pal. Don't talk shit.
Absolutely.
Get off the socials and quit soapboxing and just, if you can't help or you don't want to help, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
No one has to be a dick.
Yep.
But as 2025 starts on pretty much a nightmare.
Yes, it has been.
It's pretty much the time for the good people to stand up and prove what we are.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? Here in Southern California, there's a news channel, KTLA. It's only news that I watch is KTLA. It's a morning show. And since the fires, they've been having people that were affected by them, people losing their homes, businesses, whatnot, on there telling their stories. And it's really great to be able to see it firsthand. But I think the really cool thing about it is that there's an anchor on there. His name is Frank Buckley. And I've been watching him for years. He's got a great personality. He's hilarious. He's funny, but he's also very smart, and you can tell that he cares. And so, he'll finish up the segment basically by telling them, if your insurance company isn't following through, stay in touch with us. Let us know so we can put them on the news, so we can blast them out there, so we can let people know what's going on. Like, stay in touch with, and that's really amazing. Like, you could tell that they care. And it's amazing because it is, man. It's so gut wrenching to watch these people on there. And I'm telling you, man, there was a woman who I believe she might have been in the Altadena area. I can't remember, but she lost her home, and they were showing pictures of her home, and then they showed pictures of her home on fire, and she lost it on TV, and they had literally cut away because it was too much, but you could just tell how much that they were supported by these newscasters, and they were really doing above and beyond to let them know that they're going to be okay, that people are there for them. And I think that's what the biggest thing that needs to be focused on right now is the people, not the status and the money and, all the bullshit that's going on. Cause that's, it's nonsense. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nonsense.
It's superfluous and stupid.
It is. It absolutely is. Cause there's a lot, 24 people have died right now. There's 24 people. They're still going house to house to see if there's more people. There's I believe over 20 people still missing. So, that number could double or more, of people that have passed away. Yeah. And it's like hearing the stories. There was one gentleman who wouldn't leave and was trying to save his home, and he passed away in his front yard, and he was laying there with the garden hose in his hand. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
oh, that's fucking terrible.
It's
man.
awful, man. It's absolutely awful. And it's like, you want to do whatever you can and you really want to help, but it's like, I'm just going to get in the way, so it's like the next best thing is, you know what? Got a little bit of money. Let me help, that way.
Right.
And that's what I encourage a lot of people to do.
And I know a lot of people can't. I know a lot of us out there are paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
It's difficult, but you could, direct people to some of these links.
Absolutely.
And like I said, it's totally free not to be an asshole. But at the very least, don't get online and spread hatred, because one of the things that I personally, one of the biggest things that we get in Michigan, aside from sub-zero temperatures, we do have a tornado season. It's not like the Midwest.
Yeah.
It's not like the Midwest where they get it like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Every probably once every spring we get at least 2 or 3 warnings a lot of watches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that I remember as a kid thinking was, we need to put, because we have basements here, and that's usually what you do when a tornado comes out. You run to the basement, the lowest part of the house.
Uh-huh.
I had told my folks, we need to take all of our photo albums to the basement.
Yeah.
Because these are things that we don't, I mean, granted, everything's in the fucking cloud now, your phone, whatever, but a lot of us still have photo albums.
Of course.
That's one of the things that I remind people. I go, someone out there, their graduation cap and gown is gone. The doorway where they measured their kids every year is gone. You know, you got to look at it from your perspective. You got to look at the things that you cherish and you hold dear and know that someone else out there does the same thing and it was taken from them.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, it helps put it in a perspective instead of being like rich West Coast, you know, whoop-de-doo. Yeah. And the thing is, there's people in my life, people I know personally, who have said that shit where I'm like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, dude, grow up. And it's like, that's the easiest thing you can do is not spread that stuff. That doesn't cost a penny. Mm-hmm. To just not be a dick.
And that helps more than anything.
It really does, because you'd be surprised how much well-wishing and positivity does help.
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, at the very least, if, you know, usually once you realize someone else is going through something that you've experienced or you are experiencing, it helps you feel less alone.
Yeah.
So even if you don't do it, just being a cool person and giving well wishes and letting someone know, hey man, if there's anything I can do, is there anything you want me to share from my social, phone numbers, websites, whatever? It's totally free and 100% helpful.
Yep.
You know, it's what we're doing today. It's the least we can do with the small platform that we have, but it's important to us that we get these resources out there to people. And just be a positive light for somebody who's literally going through hell right now.
Literally. It literally is hell on earth right now. Like, it's crazy. I mean, you know, we didn't get close to the fires, you know, thank God, but I did have to go close to it, you know, to handle some business. And just seeing the plumes in the sky and just the color, you know, it was just terrifying. Right. Just the way it looked was terrifying. Like, I couldn't imagine being in the shit, you know what I mean? Like, they're
probably very, very post-apocalyptic.
It was, man. It was very disturbing and creepy, you know. And it's like, I mean, I'm gonna get these fucking numbers completely wrong because I should have wrote them down, but it was like my mind was blown. They were talking about the good air quality. It's like good is like 0 to 50, and there in LA it was 382.
Oh, God.
It's toxic.
Extremely toxic.
Yeah, you know, because it's like, it's not just brush and trees and plants. You're talking about wires and chemicals. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about people's stuff in their house. And it's like, that's raining back down on everyone else. So it's not now the fires, now you have the soot, the smoke, the ashes, you know, like, it's getting into the water reservoirs, and it's like, it's fucking bad, dude. Like, it's really bad. Right. You know, like, everyone is giving away like masks. Like, I know Amoeba was giving away, you know, free masks to people, and a lot of people were, you know, but it's just like, now's the time for masks.
For sure.
You know,
in fact, I'm glad you mentioned that. I think free groceries, water, and masks are being given out at the South LA Cafe.
Oh, nice.
On Browning Boulevard.
Okay.
They're doing that. So that's another thing. If you need water and masks and groceries and stuff, South LA Cafe is hooking you up.
No, that's nice.
So just,
no,
it's awful. And like you said, the toxicity of it all, that's not even talking. We're talking about homes.
Yes.
We're not talking about when the fires reach cars.
Right.
And, you know, just vehicles and stuff, and the amount of pollution and just how flammable and it's god awful. It's scary as fuck. It's almost like a factory exploding.
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy. I know that this is a terrible thing to talk about, but it literally reminded me of Terminator 2.
Yeah, the nightmare. The apocalypse nightmare.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, just, to give someone a cinematic perspective,
Uh-huh.
it's terrifying. And the thing is, one of the things I'm kind of dreading, I don't really know what my view's going to be like flying in. It'll be at night,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not I'll see that infamous photo from a lot of planes where it's like I'm flying into hell.
Well, you probably will because, like I said, so out of the three fires, the Hearst fire's out. And as of right now, the Eaton fire is like 83% contained, but it's also over 14,000 acres burned.
Jesus fuck.
The Palisades fire is like 52 to 54% contained, and that's over 23,000 acres burned.
Wow.
And we have over 12,300 structures lost.
Yeah.
So odds are you're going to see something coming in.
I have a feeling I will, and I dread it. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I hope you don't. I hope it's out, and then, I hope you don't see it.
It'd be amazing,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's so scary, dude. Scary and disheartening.
Yeah.
And,
well, because look, I mean, now today, like the Santa Ana winds are picking back up, and it's like,
Yep.
God damn it, please. Are you kidding me? Why can't we just get rain? And it's like, and I heard that we are looking at some rain possibility maybe towards the middle or end of the week.
Yeah, that's right when I'm due to be there.
Yeah.
So.
And of course, I mean, this is California, so it'll change on the daily. I mean, it could be gone.
It could. Yeah, absolutely.
So
the hope should be that the changes, it went from moderate rainfall to a typhoon.
yeah, exactly.
Because you guys fucking need it. Good Lord.
And this is what's another thing that's scary now. See, this is that ripple effect because now that the fires are gone, now the rainy season is coming. And with that comes mudslides.
Yeah.
So now houses that on a hillside or, they're running the risk of a mudslide hitting them or them sliding off of a mountain themselves.
God damn.
Because of the terrain being compromised because of the fire.
Unreal, man.
Yeah, it's just like, God, these people can't catch a break.
No fucking breaks, man.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awful, man. And then, talk about adding insult to injury since we're going down this road, dude. I mean, now we have the looters.
Oh, God.
And they're going into people's houses and shit. But you know what? This is what's fucking awesome because, the new sheriff and the new chief of police are coming on the news every day and they're basically saying, hey, we're not fucking around. this whole zero bail shit, it ain't happening. They're basically saying, you come over here and fuck around, you're gonna find out. We are gonna fuck you up.
Good.
They are, and it's great. It's like there's private securities that are offering their time. These private security companies are going up there and they're staying in the neighborhoods and policing the areas. And, it's awesome to see, like I said, just the community coming together. They just busted these people that were impersonating firemen to loot. They were dressed as firemen.
No. Can you imagine? That's the lowest of the low.
That's disgusting.
Come on,
I hope you spend the rest of your life in prison. You fucking deserve it.
And you're not going to be a hero in there.
Nope. No, you're not. No, you are not.
Your ass for that.
Yep. It's just
more power to them.
And that's another thing too. That's just so crazy to you see, like a giant army vehicle parked in a residential area, cause it's like the National Guard is here now.
Yeah. It's gotta be weird. Oh,
it is, man. It's fucking crazy. I want this to be over. I want this nightmare to be over for these people. Cause I do genuinely feel terrible for them. Cause it's like, I don't care how rich they are. It's like they still have things that are important to them. They still have items, pictures, like things that mean something to them. And it's like, they're just people and they lost it. They lost things. They lost animals. Animals died. It's like, it's gut wrenching. It's absolutely gut wrenching. And I don't see any sort of light at the end of this rainbow to where things are back to normal for a minimum 2-3 years.
Ouch. Yeah.
Because it's like, it's such an undertaking because right now it's like you have medical examiners going through the neighborhoods because it's literally neighborhoods are gone and they have to go house to house and now look for corpses, you know? And it's like, then after that, then they have to start the demo and they got to figure out taking all this shit out of there. And it's just such a long fucking process and it's horrible. And it's like, right now, the state really needs to step up for these people and ramp this shit up because it's like across the United States, there's so many construction companies and workers that would are willing to come here and bust their ass around the clock to get this shit done.
Yeah.
And they could do this. I mean, they could definitely do this. It's like, when a bridge, goes out or whatnot, and they'll build an entire bridge in like 24 hours. So it's like,
wow.
That's
amazing.
Yeah. So have these crews come in here and get their ass to work so these people can get their lives back.
Yeah.
It's rough,
Super
man.
sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's a more solemn episode than what we normally do, but this is it's near and dear to us both.
Yeah, and it's current. It's right now. It's today. It's happening right now.
It's current, and we're not usually a current show. You know, we kind of pride ourselves on being a little timeless, but this couldn't go ignored.
No.
No. It's too much, and we wanted to make sure that our listeners in that area make good use of resources. We wanted them to know we support them, and if you're anywhere else in the country and you want to make a difference, we're putting the links to a lot of these resources up on our socials. So definitely do what you can and spread positivity. Don't spread hate, please.
That is a great way to end it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, be good to each other. Take care of yourselves.
5195 is behind you.
Until next time.
See you guys.